I am here in Seoul because my friends are getting married. It's the first wedding I've ever been to in my life. And it's interesting that the first wedding I'm ever going to go to is going to be a Korean wedding. I feel so comfortable here. I lived here for 3 years, and whenever I come back, it just feels like I haven't really left. It doesn't always feel like I'm on holiday. Even though I am on holiday, it feels more like I'm coming back to somewhere that has such a special place in my heart, especially Korean people and my friends. I am so lucky that my friends are just the best people in the world. They welcome me back with so much love. A lot of things stay the same. A lot of things change. This is a city that changes so much. And that's what I love about Korea. I love that because I think it changes a lot for the better.
It feels so good to be back in Seoul. It is so hot in May, but I love it.
I had dakgalbi. Yes, dakgalbi with my friend. It's like this stewed mix of, in a spicy kind of sauce, it's a mix of, I think, squid or octopus, shrimp, like the seiyu is shrimp, and gopchang is like, I think it's cow intestines, which sounds disgusting, but it is delicious. It's soft and chewy in a beautiful stew with glass noodles.
이거 너무 아름다워요. You like soju? No, me too. Thank you. Sorry, I can only do one hand. Ooh. Cheers.
I went out with my friends and we had a crab stew with kimchi-jeon.
Yay.
Kimchi-jeon is a savory kimchi-made pancake, and we drank that with makgeolli. Makgeolli is a fermented rice wine. It's very milky. Also ate one of my favorite Korean foods ever. I had dakgalbi with my friend and her boyfriend. It really hit the spot. It's really something that I've been missing and craving. I'm getting hungry now. And it's hard to find it at Korean restaurants outside of Korea. But I think you're missing out on good Korean food. And there's so much food here in Seoul that I feel like is really neglected from people who come here as a tourist. Everybody always pushes tourists to the same old, but there's so much more to Korean food than the basic stuff you're always spoon-fed. And when it comes to restaurants in Korea, not just Seoul, Korea too, I have my own personal guide to judging if a restaurant is good or not. So number one is the staff need to be old. They need to look like any moment they could keel over. That is definition of this restaurant is going to have good food, but especially even more if there's a television in the restaurant, preferably playing some kind of music program or the news. And the third sign, if the bathroom is disgusting, the more disgusting, dirty the bathroom is, that means that restaurant is going to have amazing food. And it's really fascinating to me. That's what Seoul is all about. It's a mix of the new and the old. This is a country that is famous for electronics and phones, but then you'll turn a corner and there's that reminiscence of the past.
가끔 사람이 싫으니까 물어봐야 돼요. 안녕하세요.
The marketing's on another level.
So I'm looking for the Wacky Willy shop. Yes, no joke. That is where I bought my shoes. These are a pair of Wacky Willies. It even says it on my shoe. So they didn't have the shoes that I'm wearing because they used to do them in black and a few other colours. Mine are obviously in pink. But you know, it's been a long time since I bought my Wacky Willies. The tallest building in Korea. I look so stupid. Oh yeah, the Instagram aesthetic. Yeah.
One of the things I love about Koreans is they know how to have fun. They just know what games to play when they're drinking. There's just a different energy about Korean people. My friends always take care of me in Seoul. I always feel like a baby again or a child being looked after. The drinking aspect of Korea, I'm in heaven. I mean, I don't drink that much when I'm home, but when I'm in Korea, I drink so much because it's just so fun here, because you're never short of people who want to drink, people who want to go out. There's so many bars, so many restaurants, so many clubs, so many places to sing karaoke, and they're never short of things you can do while you're drinking. Never mind, so affordable. You can get a bottle of soju. If you convert it, it's only $1 or $2. You know, it's like very, very cheap to go out here and have a good time. And let me tell you, Koreans drink. I finally went to the wedding on the weekend and it was absolutely beautiful. I was so overwhelmed with emotions. I was just crying throughout the entire ceremony. And I wasn't the only one. I looked around the room and there were other people crying too, bawling their eyes out. There was a little bit of tears from bride and groom, especially when they went to bow to their parents and they gave their parents a big hug. It was really beautiful. It was a very short ceremony. I think it was less than 30 minutes. And then we went in and we ate food. And it was just really beautiful, wonderful, and a fun day. There were so many people there who I hadn't seen in so long. It was very unusual. There was an after party. So we went out to pub and there was just buckets of beer being passed to every table. Champagne. I didn't know who bought the champagne champagne, and I asked later, the bride and groom, my friends, actually paid for most of the alcohol, which was so kind of them. Really, really amazing that they do that for us. And people were ordering pizza too to the bar, and we were sharing big, huge pizzas. So I didn't pay for a drink the whole night. I love to see people who also are not trying to look a certain way, but are very free and crazy when they dance. And that was everyone. That was about 60 of us from the wedding. And there was even a point where some really short grandmother, like she would have been maybe below my chest, and she came into our dance circle and she started dancing and she almost fell over. Look at her go. She's really just out there living that best life and having so much fun. The next day, I said goodbye to my friends. They're off on their honeymoon. Their wedding was just a reminder to me of how kind and how close Korean people can make you feel. And that, you know, when you laugh, the whole world laughs with you. Cry and you cry alone. It's really important to have a community, check in with friends, make sure that there's connections with people in life. But now I'm just enjoying the rest of my time in Korea. So once they went to the airport, I went with some other friends. We went to the Han River, and this is just the number one thing to do in the summertime, to go to the Han River, sit down, order chicken. It's just been really good feeling. There hasn't been any melancholy to it or any kind of regret. I made my decision, and I do think my decision was a good one. If I was to stay in Seoul, you're limited here as a foreigner for the kind of jobs you want to do. If I stay here, I'll be really, really far away from my family. And I think when you're in your 20s, that's fine, being really far away from your family. But it's when your family start to age or there's a health scare, it isn't that easy. And also, I always loved when I lived here being a foreigner, because being a foreigner in Korea is such a different experience from being a Korean. I don't have a family here when I lived here, so I was free to live my life however I wanted. So it truly is a country that I loved my time here. But my time here was my time here. And I am so delighted to come back and see everyone again. But I feel happy. And I should just look at this as, this is the country where I should come back to often. That would be great.
Shine up, glow up, got it,